Hey guys, John Crestani here. So in this video, in this live stream, we're going to be going over a live case study, a live affiliate marketing case study of a credit repair offer. So we're going over a live case study of an offer in the credit repair niche. And we're going over real affiliate data, real affiliate landers, and real affiliate ads and numbers. And really excited to present this to you today. So let me switch over to my screen. Now, oopsies, real quick. So let's start this off. So first, kind of before we start, kind of while we're waiting for everybody to come on to the live stream, first, if you'd like to get my free affiliate training videos daily, there are 3 ways to do that. One is subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in the description of this video. Number 2 is share the YouTube link with your friends on Facebook. And 3 is sign up for my affiliate network at nutrist.com. So as you guys know, one of the reasons why I'm able to do all of these really cool videos and really cool content for you guys is because I'm invested in your success. I only get paid when you guys get paid. So the more conversions you get, the better it is for everybody. So my best interests are aligned with your best interests. If you're looking to become an affiliate if you are an affiliate marketer looking to make a lot of money, I want to help you make more. So sign up for my affiliate network at nutrist.com. Now, what we'll be going over today is what is the credit repair industry. I already kind of talked about that in the last video. Also, why advertise credit repair? I spoke about that in the last webinar, but I'll kind of do a brief primer on that if you missed it. And I'll also show you guys all the stuff to advertise as an affiliate, ad copy, ad networks, landers, etc., as real affiliate data. So if you guys aren't familiar with me, I'm a marketer, affiliate network owner, husband, world traveler, kite surfer. Not going to go into that. I also run a training program for affiliate marketers. If you're not successful already as an affiliate marketer, make sure to check out my training program. We have a very intensive training program, which is you'll get a lot of great content just by subscribing to my YouTube videos, but you'll get even better stuff when you are a member of my affiliate network and my training program. So first off, kind of what is credit repair? Credit repair is simply, it's people with poor credit. You're helping them get better credit so they can make their car payments, make their mortgage payments, get better payment terms, get more credit cards to start a business, etc. Then let's go on to this. Why market credit repair? Credit repair is a $10 billion industry. It's massive. I'm not going to go too much into why to market it. I'm going to go more into kind of how to market it. So some important compliance information. First off, this is a Nutrist exclusive offer, which means we don't accept, we accept very few affiliates to run this offer. You have to have a proven track record of traffic to offers and a few other things. Since this is a white hat offer in a high demand niche, we don't really need to, it's very easy to run traffic to this, so we don't need to accept that many affiliates. That being said, all landing pages must be passed by us before you run them. Another thing is there's no in-send traffic. And the third thing is absolutely no Facebook traffic is allowed to this offer. Again, absolutely no Facebook traffic is allowed to this offer because there's already traffic running internally, and we can't risk any rogue affiliates sending traffic to that to this offer that we're going to talk about today. So but there are a lot of other ad networks we're going to address. So let's go into it. So we're going to, in this case study, and let me know if you guys, so first of all, do you guys hear me all right? Let me know in the comments. Can you guys hear me all right? Is the screen working? Can you guys see my screen all right? Can you guys hear me? Just say yes in the comments. just say yes in the comments if you guys can hear me all right. There's a bit of a lag. So I just want to make sure everyone can hear me all right. Just click yeah. Okay, cool, cool, perfect. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go into this case study. So I want to start with, I really do this in 3 steps. So the first thing I do when I'm looking at an affiliate campaign is first I take an overall look at the entire campaign to try to get a context of what's going on. I look at the ads, I look at the landers, and I look at the data. So that's, very simplistic, but this is the first thing I do. Now, in this case, so first of all, before I go into some of this affiliate data, this is a live affiliate campaign submitted to me by one of my students, and I'm going to go into more of this. I'm going to have a very special offer for everyone at the end, but only if you share this webinar on Facebook. So share that YouTube link right now, just copy and paste it and share it on Facebook. And I'm going to make a very special offer to only people who have shared this webinar with their friends on Facebook today, where I'm going to help you out. So make sure to share this webinar on Facebook. Before I get into the data, which I'm really excited to show you guys, make sure you share this webinar on Facebook, and I will make you a very, very special offer, which you'll be very excited about at the end. So first off, I'm going to look at all of the data. So here we see the ads, and we see a number of ads are running. How a genius mom raised her credit score. This weird trick raised one mom's credit score 193 points. And we have a couple other different ads here. And you'll notice this is running on a network called Rev Content. And only 3 of the ads are getting traction. So what we're seeing, so we just want to kind of get an idea of what's going on here. We see the bid costs are about 5 cents, and we'll go from there. Next, we see a number of landers. You see the landers, there's slight variations in each. We notice that, so this is a live affiliate running traffic. So there's a couple variations in the actual headline. So one thing to note is that to run any traffic to our particular offer that we have on Nutrist, you're going to need to pass by each individual landing page by us. The person who, owns this offer is a very good friend and friend of mine. And we want to make sure everything's compliant. So you need to actually pass by each individual landing page through us to get running on this offer. And again, you also need to show traffic. But if you notice, check out there are a couple of different things. So one is you notice there's a variation in the images here in the top. You notice there's a variation in the headline. The headline is different in each of these. And you'll notice another thing, the call to action is slightly different. 2 of the pages have a video and and a watch now button, and one of the pages only has a watch now button. Hey Mohammed, hey Matthias, hey Kenny, hey James, hey Howard, hey Alexander, hey Ryan, hey Marcus, hey Ali. Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well and hope you guys are enjoying this live stream. We're going to be going over some really cool stuff here. So happy to have you guys on board. Now I'll go over all questions at the end. Make sure you guys ask the questions throughout the presentation, and I'll go over as many questions as I can at the end. So another thing you'll notice, so here's some of the data. Hey Eddie. So we have a number of land. So this is lander data. So we're looking at volume. And one thing I recommend if you guys aren't using this is use volume. Volume is the #1 click tracking program in the affiliate marketing industry. I highly recommend it. I'm a huge fan of volume, and again, I highly recommend you guys use this tracking program. It's great. You can get a live demo, you can learn how to use the program, etc. It's wonderful, and they're coming out with their own DSP solution. So I highly suggest you guys get on that. Volume is, you know, they're doing big things in affiliate marketing and attribution in general. So I would suggest use that. All the screenshots in here from the volume click tracker. So let's get into this. So, and how many of you guys use volume here, by the way? Or what click tracker do you guys use? You know, let me know what click tracker you guys use. And you know, I'd love to know what click tracker you guys use. So let's get in here. So next we look at the content, the ID data. So we're looking at the individual widgets we are running ads on. Or sorry, we look at the individual ads performance. So I'm just looking at the ad performance, and I'm noticing, you know, we noticed most of our conversions came from one ad here. And I'm just trying to get an idea. You know, we see there's some slight variation between different ads, you know, 0.43% to 1.87%. So that's kind of interesting to me. In the landers, we noticed that one lander is profitable for this offer. We have one profitable lander for this offer, and we have a bunch of unprofitable landers for this offer. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, the next thing I look at is the widget ID. So the widget is where you actually place your ads. So the widget is where you place your ads on, you know, where your ads are showing up on Rev content. So each of these widgets pertains to a different site that ads are showing up on. So for instance, I use this as an example a lot, but you know, let's look at, you know, theblaze.com would be an example of where an actual ad widget would be for Rev content. So you see these are all ads showing up. We have an ad here, we have an ad unit here. So each ad unit, Rev content calls them a widget. Oh look, here's somebody advertising, I think that's my bedbugs product. So this would be an individual widget. See this? So this is kind of an ad unit area. So this would correspond to a particular widget in Rev content. Now, if you guys are not looking at this full screen, make sure you set this to full screen right now. So if you guys are not watching full screen, make sure you set your YouTube video to full screen, because this is going to be the way to really see the data I'm looking at. The data is real small. So set it to full screen so you guys can really follow along. Cool? Cool. Now, as we see, we have a couple different sites which are profitable already. So there is green here. And what's good is what we see from this campaign is it's losing money overall, but we have some green. So we know that this can be a profitable campaign. Now, if you guys remember what I say, cut the red, grow the green. So, you know, ultimately we can get this campaign profitable if we just focus on cutting out the red and growing the green, which is good news. Now let's keep going forward. So next I'm looking at kind of tablet and, you know, we want to look at, you know, device data, and we see the device data, we see we're advertising. So this is interesting. Most of our clicks are coming from tablets and mobile phones. So that's something to keep in mind, because we want to understand where we're going to get the most profitable advertising. Now next, we're going to look at the browser data, and we see there are a bunch of browsers here: Safari, Chrome Mobile, Chrome, Android, Silk, Internet Explorer. These are the actual web browsers that people are looking at the site on. Cool. So this is some interesting data here. And what we're seeing is, again, we're seeing some green. We're seeing Chrome is green and mobile Firefox is green. So that's important to understand and look at. And we want what we're going to do in a second. Remember, if you guys have seen my video, test model project. How many of you have watched my video on the test model project approach to optimization? How many of you how many of you have seen this video? Because this gives you the basic of my optimization approach. This is a really important, if you guys haven't already watched this video and you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you watch this video. Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. If you guys haven't already watched this video, make sure you watch this video. It's on my YouTube channel. And it explains the basics. I mean, I go pretty in depth, but it explains the basics of my optimization approach. So, okay, some of you guys have seen it. Okay, most of you haven't. One stinging, good to hear. Kenny, yes, you can find that video on my YouTube channel. So make sure you guys watch this, because what we're going over here is a skill, and the skill is optimization. So you guys have to understand this to understand how to optimize as an affiliate. So guys, make sure you watch this. Now, next, I'm going to look at the actual operating system information. So keep in mind, each person who comes to your ads has a different operating system. This is iOS is Apple computers. Android is a mobile phone. Windows, you know, it's obvious, Windows Phone. OS X, this is another Apple operating system. iOS is actually Apple phones. So that's like the iPhone. RIM OS, can anybody guess what RIM OS is? It's BlackBerry, Linux, etc. But as you see, most of our clicks are coming from Apple or iPhones, Apple iPhones, and Chrome, you know, sort of the Android phones, because we're doing, you know, it's mostly mobile traffic here. So I just was looking at the data to get a big overview of the advertising. Is everybody following along so far? Does everybody kind of understand what I'm looking at so far? I'm just looking to get an overview of all of the advertising. Does everybody get what I'm doing? I just want to see the big generalities of the advertising so far. Everybody understand things so far? Just click yes, or click or let me know if you have any questions, because I'll stay on this. But basically, what I'm doing is I'm just looking at a general overview of the advertising to get an idea of how everything's being advertised. Cool, cool. If you guys have any questions, make sure you let me know throughout this. So the second thing I do is, you know, and for the record, some of the trends I noticed, some of the trends I looked, you know, and let me just, some of the trends I noticed, let me write it in here. I noticed everything's being done on mobile. Android is converting better. An iPhone. And, you know, I noticed, you know, we have, you know, big discrepancy in landers. Big discrepancy in ads. In the ad data. I'm going to analyze the copywriting. So now if we look at this copywriting, we'll notice 3 different ads here. How a genius mom raised her credit score. This one weird trick raised a mom's credit score 193 points. And this odd trick raised mom's credit score 88 points. So, and look at the CTRs between these. So you're seeing a CTR of 0.54%, 0.9%, and 0.0%. So that's a big thing. And we notice only a few. We also notice, you know, a number of ads aren't getting a lot of traffic. Another thing we notice is, I'm not going to go too deep into the advertising, but how a California housewife, you know, so we notice we have this lander here. This is our, let me look at this. This is our best converting landing page. This is getting a 6.85% click-through rate and a 2.02% conversion rate. So one thing to understand about that is that 6.85% click-through rate isn't very good. So we have very low click-through rates. So what I do is I'd simply mark down. One thing I always do when I'm looking at data is I take out a notepad and I always just start right. I mean, this sounds so stupid, but you know, I want to keep things like very visual. I'm a visual person. So I try to keep things in one place at one time so I can come back to it. Because if you, the problem with taking notes on, you know, on the internet or on a Google Doc or something is that you're going to possibly forget about it. How many of you here have taken notes on a Google document and just never looked at it again? It happens. The cool thing with just notepads, I know this sounds stupid and simple, but you remember it more. So I would just write down something like, you know, I'd write down, you know, low click-through rate, low CTR. For you guys, I'll just bring up the note and I'll say low CTR on even the best landing page. So a good CTR would be something like 15%. So then we notice that, you know, all that was changed was, you know, we noticed that all that was changed in this one was the actual amount the credit score got raised. Now, this is a problem, and this affiliate would actually get kicked off of this offer because this is a real story, mind you. Mind you, the best, you know, the best landing pages are real stories, and we provided this story. This, you know, this is a real story about a California housewife who raised her credit score, and it's a privilege to run this offer. So if you change around this exact story, you can actually can and will get kicked off this offer. Part of our job of running an affiliate network is to make sure our affiliates are advertising stuff compliantly. So one thing to make sure you do is make sure you always pass by any changes you make to the landing page by us before you set them live. Now that's really important because what we noted, but we did notice something here, is that the differences between changing the score on the landing page had a big effect, and it actually raised the click-through rate a lot. All things being equal, the click-through rate on this landing page went up to 10%. So that's pretty interesting to note. You know, even though this would not be allowed to run, this isn't even the best converting. This isn't even the best converting landing page. But notice, see how the credit score changes. So the affiliate changed the credit score just to see if it would help conversion rates. So that's an interesting thing, but it did help the click-through rates. One thing to note is, I think this actually, so one thing we'll note is that the conversion rate, the CR on lander A is 2.02%. The conversion rate on lander B is 1.69%. Now, why is that? You know, one question I have is, if we're looking at A, and here let me just type this in here so you guys can see this a bit better. Let's do A. We have A, then we have B. So you guys can better understand what I'm looking at. Well, one reason why I think A is performing better than B is because if you look at the scores on A, you'll notice that this also syncs up to the actual article. So see that right here? So it says 523 to 795, and then it also says in the article itself, it says 523 to 795 right here. Oh, sorry guys. Let me share my screen. Let me get this on my screen. There we go. Can you guys see it now? Okay. So what I was just going over was, sorry about that, guys. I flipped back and forth. Thanks, Mateus. Thanks, Mohammed. Thanks, Luca. So the conversion rate on A is 2.02%. CTR is about 7%. CTR on B is about 10%. Now, why does A convert better than B? Given that A, the only thing that's changed is the actual credit score in the headline. James, we have the screen should be shared now. So let me know if you guys see the screen. Okay. So, but there's also another difference in both of these pages. Is in B, we have different numbers, but the other difference is, sorry. So these two things, it's just a difference in numbers. So these different numbers help conversion rates. Okay. Now we're seeing another article, which is C, and I'm just gonna put up C here just so we can, so this makes more sense to you guys. This was one of the worst performing pages. And one of the reasons I believe this was one of the worst performing pages is, again, they changed the numbers, but if you actually look in the actual screenshot, if you zoom in right here, you'll see it says 573 to 788 in the headline, but then when you go down into the second paragraph, it says 411 to 612. You guys see that? 411 to 612. So there's actually a discrepancy. It's incongruent between the headline and the actual paragraph here. Does that make sense? So somebody who's actually reading this advertisement will read this headline, and then they'll come back to the second paragraph and they'll say, hey, why the hell is this why the hell did the numbers change? And it's a little inconsistency like this that will tip somebody off to the fact that it's not trustworthy. Yep, you called it 7-day marketing. This looks like an ad now. People will not trust this because it's incongruent. It's saying 573 to 788 here. That's a big problem. And just to show you how big of a problem that means, the difference is Lander C got 0.79% conversion rate. 0.79. That's a huge change. That's a huge change, and it's because they weren't congruent with what they were saying in the headline versus what they were saying in the article. Anybody who reads this who is actually paying attention, and the people who are paying attention when they're reading things are the buyers. Those are the people who are actually going to buy the product. And this person didn't take time to properly do their landing page. So what's going to happen is people aren't going to buy from this page because it's untrustworthy. Does that make sense to you guys? And it's these little changes, because lots of people, I know lots of affiliates out there, they copy landing pages, then they change around little things. But the difference between affiliates who are really killing it and making lots of money versus the ones that don't are the affiliates that are making lots of money are very detail oriented. Because you have to remember, whereas you may think, oh, I just copy an ad, I copy a landing page, and I post it up and I'm going to make money. When you're buying traffic, there are real people that are going to be reading your landing pages. There are real people that are going to be scrutinizing every single little thing you say in your ad. Now, if you don't pay attention to this, people will think it's untrustworthy. And if it's untrustworthy, people are not going to buy the product you're selling. People are simply not going to buy that product. So that's a really big thing to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is, if you're making changes to the landing page on any of the Nutrist exclusive offers, such as this one, which are very special and are a privilege to run, you're going to have to pass by the landing pages, any landing page you are, by my team. We only, we have a hard cap on only allowing a few affiliates to run this particular offer. So you have to show us your landing pages, because we need to know that what you're doing is all above board. It's a privilege to run the top converting offers, and we want to make them available to you, but we need to know that you can send traffic and what you're doing is above board. Yeah, it is obvious, but most affiliates don't. In digital, it is obvious, but most affiliates don't listen to this advice, which is kind of sad. So then this next landing page, you'll notice it's a completely different format. We have a different image here, and we have a different headline. The data on this landing page, actually, it got a good CTR, but it didn't get a very good conversion rate. So that's just me scrutinizing the ad copy. Now, as I said, what I noticed in the ad copy is basically the best lander is 3C, and it's congruent, congruent ad copy. And I'll show you the biggest reason why the one landing page worked out. So another thing you'll notice about two of the landing pages is there's a landing page here without any video. The call to action is simply a link and a watch now button. Whereas the two landing pages that performed better both had a big video. They had the link here, they had a big video with a play button on it, and then they also had the watch now button. So that's something interesting. This underperformed, this did better. So we're noticing congruent landing ad copy and also video call to action works. So these are two key things I'm taking away from this. Also, another key thing I'm taking away is, we probably have to test more images here. We didn't get any conclusive image data on what image works best. So we want to test different images here. Let's move on. I can't share an affiliate. I can't share another affiliate, Tobias. I can't share another affiliate's landing page URL because because they're friends, and I'm trying to help people. This is, then you would look at every page on his domain. So you can't, anybody who shares their data with me and wants me to look at it, I'm never going to share their landing page URL, because that would be untrustworthy, and that would also be that would be a breach of trust, and just as you wouldn't want me to share your landing page URLs, Tobias, I'm sure other affiliates don't. So, we have to use common sense here, people. Now, third is we want to analyze, so the third thing I do is I analyze the data more in depth. So I go back over all of the same data and I use that, keep that in mind. So one is I'm noticing, 3A worked the best, and, it had a lower click-through rate, but there should be ways we can hype things up more. to make this, you know, we want to use different images. The image that worked the best was the, you know, in this lander got the highest click-through rate, and it used a credit card. It used an actual credit card as the image. So one thing I would do is, if I'm looking at the lander data, lander optimizations, I would split test more images, particularly credit card images. Okay, particularly images of credit cards in the top of the article. I would make sure the ad copy is consistent and congruent throughout. And I would also make sure there is a video as a call to action. I would also split test. I would also split test more video images to increase CTR. So these are all things I would do to optimize the landers. So that's a big thing right there, because I see a lot of possibility to increase the lander CTR. Because right now the overall lander CTR, it's, you know, it's around this kind of 8% range, 6 to 12%. So we want to increase that, and it seems like we can do that very easily. Get rid of all the other landers, and I would use 3A as a control. Another thing I would do, which is something that works in many of my tests, is I would add in scarcity. I would add in like a countdown timer. Add in scarcity somehow. A countdown timer. And I would also add in social comments. So if we look, you know, there's a lot of ways you can get social comments. I would just pull Facebook comments from the offers Facebook page. And the last thing I would do is I would pass by all new landers by Nutrist, or, you know, or if you're, you know, or in general, you know, just say by the affiliate network. So these are all things I would do, and I would use a program like Visual Website Optimizer. So a program like this, Visual Website. I'd use a program like Visual Website Optimizer to do multivariate tests with your program. So there's a big difference between A/B tests and multivariate testing. And you can do, so this is A/B testing. I believe you can also do multivariate testing with Visual Website Optimizer and heat mapping. So I would use this with your landing pages, and I would check that out, or I just use volume to really split test. Cool. So that's something I would check out. Or you can use volume to split test pages. Either way, whatever way you do, you want to make sure you're split testing. You want to split test a number of page variations. So let's move onwards. So this gives us some tests to do. Next, I'm looking at the ads. So as we saw before, we have a couple ads. You know, one thing we'll notice is the ad that got 3,000 the ad that got 3,900 clicks got 0 conversions. It did very poorly. Very poorly. Look at this. The CTR was 4.5% and the conversion rate was 0%. Now that stands in a big difference to the ad that got the most clicks, which has an 8% click-through rate and a 2% conversion rate. So one thing I'm going to look into is I want to see why did these ads do so differently. Okay, that interests me. As a marketer, you have to understand. As a marketer, you've got to understand, not just look at the data and say, okay, I'm going to cut that data out, but you have to understand why did one ad do better than another ad? Why did the one ad create to the same landing pages? Why did that ad have a much low? Why did fewer people click through on the landing page when they were exposed to one ad than when they were exposed to another ad? So this is stuff you really want to think about. And similarly, by corollary, why did those people who clicked on that ad not even convert? So we want to, so I just want to back up and look through the data real quick. Let me go back to my screen. And let's look at the ads here. And we see the ad that got, so we can probably assume that the ad that got the most clicks right here, how a genius mom raised her credit score. This one got the most clicks. Yeah, this is it. This ad got the most clicks. Keep in mind, this isn't saying a specific thing. This is saying she raised her credit score. So that's working the best. And this ad, this weird trick, raised one mom's credit score 193 points. Now, why did these ads not perform as well? Why did the second ad not perform as well in click-through rate and conversion rate? Can anybody make a guess? I'm pretty sure I'm going to answer this for you, why I believe this happened. Of course, again, you can never know for sure what the reasoning why a particular ad outperformed. We can only make guesses. And again, going back to if you guys want to understand how I make guesses and how I optimize, make sure you watch this video, the test model project approach to optimization. It's on my YouTube channel. Can anybody guess the title line? What about in digital, what about the title line caused this ad to perform worse? What about the title line performed this ad? And we're talking about the people who clicked on this ad. Why did it perform worse? So Marco, okay, curious people. I don't think so. That could be a reason, but I don't think that's the reason. Okay, let me see the number of points. So Tobias, yeah. So what about the number of points? I would say it's incongruency. That would be the reason why I think this didn't work. So if you notice, we're talking about one mom's credit score was raised 193 points, and then we send them to a page where it doesn't talk about how their credit score was raised 193 points. And keep in mind, if you do the math, none of these pages actually relate to a 193 point increase. I mean, I know this sounds mundane, but look at this. Sorry, I'm just going to whip out my calculator here. 795 minus 523, that's 242 points. Okay. Let's look at the second one. 781 minus 588. So that's 193 points, but not everyone used. Most of the landers didn't use a 193 point increase. And also, the headline of the ad doesn't really sync up with the headline of the article. Okay. So that's the biggest difference, I believe. Headline didn't sync up with lander headline. Ad headline didn't sync up with the lander headline. So remember, these are real people clicking on your ads, and you have to make sure you create a congruent experience. You have to make sure you create a congruent experience throughout everything from ad to lander to offer. It needs to be very congruent, very trustworthy, and people are always looking for little ways that things don't make sense. So if people find things that don't make sense between your ad, between when they view your ad, between when they click on your ad and view your lander, and between when they click on your offer, your affiliate link and go to that offer page, if they find inconsistencies, they're out. They're out, and they're not going to buy your product. Now, the good news is if you get all these things working together, you create magic and you create a lot of money. And that's when things are exciting. But again, you need to be detail oriented, because everybody out there, people buy, people are, online consumption is going through the roof. People want to do everything online, but people are also more aware of scams than ever. People are more aware of, they're more kind of sensitive to seeing whether something's trying to just trick them into getting their money or not than ever before. So that's why you need to be consistent. And it's the little things, but they'll have a big difference. And as we see, let's go back to my screen here. And as we see in this ad data, we see that very clearly here. We see that that's the difference between a 9% click-through rate and a 5% click-through rate. That's the difference between a 2% conversion rate and a 0% conversion rate. That's the difference between breaking even and losing all your money. So very different. Yeah, be consistent. Be consistent. And guys, by the way, I love the good juju going on in the chat. Thanks everybody for helping out other people with questions. I obviously can't chat and answer questions. So if you guys see other people writing questions that have obvious answers, thanks for just, throwing in a quick side note to them. So let's look at this. So another thing is we're seeing certain widgets working out. Now, I'm not going to go into the exact targeting of Rev content, but what we're seeing some widgets are working out and getting sales and some widgets aren't. So, I didn't ask the affiliate for their exact targeting methods because he doesn't need to go into them. We have enough data here to go off of to figure out optimizations. But if I were this affiliate, I'd look at what are the similarities between these widgets. What I'd look for is, let me look at this. Sorry, let me bring up. So I'd look at targeting optimizations. And I'd say, I'd ask myself, what are the similarities of the green widgets? Are they all in one category? Are they all in one geo? Etc. So I would look at the similarities there. Are they all, what categories are these widgets in that are getting all the conversions? And I would start focusing on those categories that these widgets are in. And I'd stop focusing on the categories that those widgets aren't in. Cool. So then I'd start blacklisting the widgets that don't work. So keep in mind, some of the widgets that I would say don't work. So overall, our click-through rate, look, we have our overall click-through rate is our overall click-through rate is 9% here, right? So overall CTR equals 9%. So I'd look for widgets that have a much worse click-through rate than that. because that means we're doing something wrong. So I'd look at this widget, and I'd look at widget 21800. I'd look at widget 32489. I'd look at this widget 33320. I'd look at this widget 27026. I'd look at this widget 27435, and I try to figure out what categories are these widgets in that aren't working out. Because again, we only have conversions on a few sites. So I may not be able to get the data I want from just these 3 sites, because we only have a few conversions. We only have 40 conversions on this offer, right? But I'd also say, you know, what are the similarities between the high CTR widgets? What are the similarities between the low CTR widgets in terms of category? And what I'd start doing, I'd start excluding widgets. I'd start excluding the lowest CTR widgets, because if people aren't clicking on our ads, if people aren't clicking through from our ad, that means they're probably not interested in the content. And I'd also start excluding the low CTR widgets, and I'd start excluding the lowest CTR categories. So I'd start optimizing really hardcore really fast. Is that making sense? So one thing to know is that I give away blacklists. If you're a part of my training course, my students get blacklists and whitelists of all the widgets we've run on about, you know, something like 500,000 worth of rev content traffic and other traffic sources. So keep in mind, one thing I do give to my students is we compile all this. This is just off of about $2,000 worth of traffic. We've run about $500,000 worth of traffic, and we've compiled all the widgets that work and don't work for us. All the stuff is always coming new on board, but this is to help you understand how to do it. Next thing I do is, this is a big thing. So we're looking at the advertising is on tablets, mobile phones, and desktops. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that we're looking at our CTR here, and what's great is our CTR on desktop is 17%. That's really good. But the problem is that we don't have a lot of data for desktop traffic. Since there's not enough data for desktop traffic, we can't really tell whether or not this is converting on desktop traffic well enough yet. So we don't have enough data here. Now, on tablets and mobile phones, we're seeing that's where all of our conversions are coming from. And tablets are working better than mobile phones. Now, our click-through rates are about even. Our conversion rates are much higher on tablets. It's much easier for people to give out money. When somebody wants to buy a product, it's much harder for somebody to do that. People have, on their mobile phones, don't take out their credit cards as easily as people who are on desktop computers. So, you're going to have usually an easier time of converting people on desktops, but the costs are going to be higher. So I would definitely say, one thing about this is, another thing about this is people on desktop computers usually have faster internet connections, whereas people on mobile phones don't. So a couple things I would look into is I would 100% test desktop traffic much more aggressively. Because keep in mind, another thing here, people, is we are sending people to an offer where they have to watch a long video. People are going to have to watch a long video. We're sending them to a VSL page, a video sales letter. So because they have to watch a long video, they're going to need a few things. They're going to need one. Oh, here, let me switch this. One is they're going to need a fast internet connection. Just like you guys are watching on the YouTube live stream, it isn't going to work as well if you're on a mobile phone. Now, it can work well if you're on a mobile phone if you're on Wi-Fi. So first of all, I'd make sure people are testing desktop, or this affiliate desktop, and I'd look into carrier versus Wi-Fi traffic. So you can actually do in your targeting, you can see if people are using their carrier, which is like Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, if that's their connection to the internet, or if their connection to the internet is using Wi-Fi. And my guess, and this is always what happens, Wi-Fi always converts better than carrier traffic, especially when the people have to watch videos, because videos load very slow and they take a long time to buffer and render if you're just on your data connection. So if you're on your data connection, it's going to be very hard to watch through the video sales letter. And if you're on a mobile phone, it's still going to be hard, but at least if you're on Wi-Fi traffic, it's going to be easier. So one thing I'd look for is, we don't have this data, but I would look at let me type this in here. We should switch back to my screen. I'd look at the carrier versus Wi-Fi traffic, CTRs, and conversion rates. And I test desktop traffic very aggressively because because video sales letters just do much better on desktop traffic. Always. It's a little more expensive, but keep in mind with this data, if we're looking at, since our click-through rates are double, we can actually afford to pay double the amount per click or per visit. So in the ad network, we can pay twice as much as we would for a mobile phone because more people are going to click through on our landing page. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Hey Gene, what's going on? Good to see you here. Good seeing you over the weekend at the Ads for Dough thing. That was a fun event. Good times. And guys, another thing is I suggest you guys check out Gene's YouTube page. Gene, put your YouTube page in the comments. You have a pretty good video on volume. So let me put in Gene Morris here. So YouTube. Check out Gene Morris's YouTube. It's he's a pretty cool YouTube, and he helps people out. He has some cool videos. He's been documenting some of his affiliate marketing stuff. So definitely check that out. Other data here. So going back to my screen, we're seeing a massive discrepancy in the CTR on Chrome mobile versus mobile Safari. So we're seeing right here, the click-through rates are almost double on Chrome mobile. So my guess is that people are simply, the landing pages simply aren't optimized for mobile Safari. And a real easy way to look at this is just to use something like Browser Stack. What I recommend is Browser Stack. This is a very easy way. Try the free trial out, but you can see what your page looks like on all different device types and stuff like that. They have 1,000 desktop browsers they can test on. And look at this, you can see what your page looks like on all different sorts of, every single different version of Firefox, of Chrome, of Opera. Can you quiet her down? etc. And it's a native experience. This is the best testing tool you can find for testing lots of different browsers. Another thing I suggest is Vita. Can you take off your phone? Opera Mobile Emulator. So this is free, and this is real easy. Just download it, and you'll be able to check out your sites on different mobile devices. But again, I would really take a close look at this. If we should be able to, over half of the traffic on this offer is coming from iPhones, and the click-through rate is half of what it should be on half of what it is on Android. So that should be a real easy way to bump up the actual. That should be a real easy way to bump up the click-through rates up a lot. And just to give you an idea, since if you take half of our, if we were able to get twice as many visitors clicking through to the offer page from iPhone devices, that would be an extra $616 in revenue right here. So if we look at the overall campaign data, that alone, that fix alone would be, sorry, let me see. We would say 1446 plus 515. So our break-even point is $2,031. That's how much money was spent on traffic. So just by taking the extra money that you'd make from mobile Safari, from getting, from optimizing your page for that, we would take our current revenue, which is $1,446, and then we would add the extra revenue because we're just doubling the click-through rates on this. So right there, we actually just broke even on this campaign. Just by optimizing our click-through rates for mobile Safari, just by optimizing our advertorial pages for mobile Safari, we are breaking even on this campaign, okay? So I'm gonna put this in Lander optimizations, optimize mobile Safari. That's it. That's the only change. So there aren't, some people say, oh, do I have to optimize my page by all of these different devices? Do I have to optimize my page for the Xbox? Do I have to optimize my page for BlackBerry? Do I have to optimize my page for Windows? Well, look at the traffic. There's barely any traffic coming from these devices. All of the traffic is coming from iOS and Android operating systems. So all we need to do, let's focus 80-20 principle. 80-20 is we just do, we focus on the one thing that's going to make us the most money. And just changing, optimizing our page for iOS devices, that instantly makes us like break even, if not a little profitable. So that's all we need to do. So what we just did was, now I hope this made sense to everyone. What we just did was we found a bunch of optimizations. I didn't even go into ad copy we can do, but that's how you optimize a campaign. So if you guys got a lot of value from this, let me know. First of all, let me know what you guys thought about this. If you guys got a lot of the value of this, just say awesome. Just say awesome stuff, or just say that was great. Or say that was awesome. Let me know if you guys got a lot of value from this case study. You guys have been asking for more data. You guys wanted to see more data in my affiliate campaigns. Let me know if you guys got a lot of this. Just type in awesome into the chat box, or actually click the like button. So if you guys got a lot of this, just click the like button and let me know what you think. Just like this video and subscribe to my page. Just click like. So if this is the sort of stuff that you guys are really digging, let me know. Just like this video. because I'm trying to, again, you know, I want you guys to be successful. I want to give you guys what is going to help you guys become successful. So I hope this has helped you guys out a lot. Cool. Thanks, Alexander. Thanks, Fabio. Thanks, Kenny. Thanks, Omar. Now I'm going to make a special offer, and I want to make this special offer only for one person. This is for one person only. And I want to help people out. You know, I have free time. I mess around, you know, and I want to make a special offer for one person only. So I want to help you guys get your struggling affiliate campaigns profitable. I want to help you guys make money. And I want to work with your campaign to help you become profitable. And I want to analyze all of your data. I want to peel out what's working, what's not, and I want to get you in the green, just like we did here. You know, if we just took a few optimizations, you know, if this affiliate takes this information that I gave him and just makes those few changes, optimizing for mobile, making the ad landing page offer flow congruent, you know, doing some of those, you know, what are all the other changes? Split test some of these more images, credit card images, make sure the call to action is good, and you know, they'll have a profitable campaign. So, you know, they already, you know, they spent $2,000 and they lost $500, so they made $1,500. And just making those changes are going to make it profitable, that I explained. And similarly, when they start adding in some of the scarcity, like the call, you know, the timer, the countdown timer, when they start adding in social comments, when they start really split testing, this campaign is easily going to be doing 100% ROI. Now, I want to help guys make an affiliate campaign profitable for you, but there are two requirements. There are two requirements. One is you guys must be promoting offers on my network, Nutrist. The second is you guys must be using volume. I'm a big proponent of volume. I'm actually going to edit this slide. I'll look at other data. I'll look at other data this time, but you must have shared this YouTube video. So if you guys are promoting offers on my affiliate network and you guys shared this YouTube video, I will analyze your data. Now, I need you guys to send me screenshots of your data so I can go over it. You need to email me the following information. One, and just screenshot this page, but one is screenshot of your ads. You need to send me the landing page links, or just a full screenshot of your landing page so I can look at your landing pages. Excuse me. I need to see your data by ad, data by lander, data by placement, data by device, data by browser version, and data by offer. And if you give me that information, so just copy down this information right now, but if you give me that information, I will be able, you know, and I will select one person to do that. So make sure, I'm going to put my email in the chat. So if you guys have that information, I will get your campaign profitable for you. And let me put in my email in the chat. And again, if you're watching a replay of this webinar, you're not going to be able to take advantage of any of my special offers because you have to be here live. So next time, just make sure you attend the video live, and you'll be able to take advantage of the special offers. I reserve my special offers for people who take action. Life is about getting the damn thing done, taking action. So if you guys want to take advantage of this special offer, just make sure to email me the following information, and I will get you guys, I will, help you, possibly help you out on this offer. So again, this is huge. Most people don't get this opportunity. And, I want to make clear, this is, if you guys want to improve as an affiliate marketer, this is one of your best chances to do that. I'm trying to make it simple for you guys. I'm trying to make it easy. So let it be easy, but just take action. It's not very hard. So I will go over a campaign and give you the specific changes you need to make. So yeah, I hope that helps out. Now, if you guys are watching this and you guys are also just struggling in affiliate marketing and you guys don't even know where to begin, again, so another thing is there is an opportunity to work with me. You know, I will help you become a successful affiliate marketer, but here, wait, sorry. I have a training program. I have a training program where I help people. I have a lot of, you know, I've had a lot of students and I've taken a lot of work to help people become successful in this industry. I have a lot of success stories. I have a lot of people doing very successful with everything I'm doing because we're giving people real information on how to succeed. Now, if you've been trying to do affiliate marketing on your own and failing, first of all, you know, I tell a lot of people, look, it's not your fault because most of the time the incentives aren't aligned. Most of the time, the people that are trying to help you, they have, you know, their incentive is not necessarily in your best interests, you know, and, you know, the good news is that there is hope. So, you know, I've designed, you know, the way my approach, since my incentives are to get you guys making money and as much money as humanly possible, because I make that money too, I'm the affiliate network. You know, I've spent an insane amount of time designing the ultimate training course and helping people you know, not only learn, you know, not only learn what to do in affiliate marketing, but also helping people build the skills they need to become a superior affiliate and a superior marketer. I've taken the time to figure out how people can change their mindset and become more productive. I study success. I mean, well, hold on. I literally have so much stuff on studying success. It's insane. Just to give you guys an idea of how committed I am to helping people be successful. You know, this is every single workbook. You know, this is every single workbook I've ever gotten from. You know, this is just one guru that I followed, Tony Robbins. This is his Unleash the Power Within booklet, and I've probably spent well over $100,000 just following him. And you know, I spend a lot of money on just education every single year. One of my big beliefs is if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not learning, you're not making money. So especially in the internet industry, you've always got to be learning. So I've integrated all of this continually, and you can always ask any of my students in my affiliate program. I'm continually tweaking my training program to help people become the most successful. So, you know, that's a really important thing to me. Now, you know, one thing to note is there are three types of people. Don't be one of those people where you wonder what happened. You know, there are people that wonder what happened. There are people that watch things happen. And many of you are, maybe you're sitting on the sidelines still and you're watching a lot of affiliate marketing stuff, or you're reading a lot of affiliate marketing stuff, or whatever, So the masses of people are watching. 99% of people aren't on, 1% of people is on TV and 99% of people are watching TV. Don't be one of those people who watch things happen. Be one of those people who make things happen. So here's a student of mine who started with me, and he made over $100,000 worth of profits within 6 months. And he was promoting weight loss offers on Facebook. This is, there are a million ways you can promote things, but that's what he was doing. His name's Luis Nakamoto, and he was very successful. I have case studies for days, but again, you could be one of those people who wonder what happened. You could be one of those people who watch things happen. And again, most of society sits on the sideline and they read ads. They watch TV. They read things, but You could be one of those people who other people are reading about. Be that person who makes things happen. Be that person whose ads are being read. Be that person who's creating sales. And I'm not going to get into my slavery speech, but if you're working in a cubicle, get out now. if you're working in a cubicle, these are prison cells. These are prison cells, man. So if you're working in a cubicle, whether or not you go through my training course, or you go another route, or you find a mentor, or you work for an entrepreneur who has a grand vision, or whatever you do, I don't really care. I've designed my training course to be an amazing way out of what I call cubicle slavery. But if you guys are working in a cubicle, whatever you're doing, get out. So this is the most inhumane thing. People are being treated as, products on an assembly line. The cubicle is the ultimate manifestation of humans being treated as products on a freaking assembly line. It's insane. It's so inhumane and it's sad. And I love that image that I just showed because it really represents the kind of sadness that, this is not human. This is not how we were meant to live. And the next thing I always show, and this is another image that I like showing people, is these apartment buildings. These, where else have you seen these apartment buildings? Where else have you seen these big kind of tall kind of blocks of apartment buildings? In the Matrix, the Matrix, if you guys saw the Matrix, the apartment buildings of doom, it's disgusting. And this is what's happening to society. They're trying to put us in, they're putting us in cubicles. They're putting us in apartment buildings. They're telling us we have to live in the city to be in apartment buildings and, to get those good jobs in good cubicles in the cities. We're having our life sucked out of us, guys. This is not the way we were meant to live. So whatever you do, whether it's affiliate marketing or whether it's, being an, independent salesperson or a stock trader or, a day trader or some sort of, whatever you do, e-commerce entrepreneur, whatever it is you do, you owe it to yourself to get out now. Don't subject yourself to the prison cells of living in some, inhumane high-rise apartment building. Don't subject yourself to working out of a cubicle. Now, a lot of you guys, how many of you guys are working for yourselves? How many of you guys are working from home, working for yourselves right now? And also, let me know, how much better is that? No matter whether you're making more money or less money, how much better is that than working in a cubicle? How many of you have made the transition from working in a cubicle to working as working for yourself? Okay, I'm seeing some people here, yeah. So also watch The Matrix, guys. I really highly suggest you watch The Matrix to get an idea. There are two films that I highly recommend. Two films that I highly recommend you guys watch to understand what I'm talking about, because I can only give you guys an idea of this stuff, but to really understand what I'm talking about, you guys got to watch two movies. One is watch The Matrix. This movie is what society is becoming. It'll give you an idea of why what society is becoming is so crazy. And the other movie is Fight Club. I highly suggest you guys watch Fight Club. Fight Club is an amazing movie. It's with Brad Pitt. And in that movie, Brad Pitt is basically, I'm not going to give away the movie, but Brad Pitt is everything. Edward Norton is a cubicle worker. Edward Norton works in a cubicle. Look at this, is him smoking a cigarette in a cubicle. He hates his life. He hates his freaking life. And he works for some insurance company. And Brad Pitt represents everything who he isn't. So You don't want to be Edward Norton. Edward Norton, just to give you an idea, Edward Norton doesn't get laid. He buys furniture from IKEA. He lives in an apartment. He has insomnia and he hates his life. Brad Pitt gets laid, makes a lot of money, and lives life on his own terms. So I highly suggest you watch those two movies to kind of understand what I'm talking about. Basically, get out of that. Now, freedom is working for yourself. Freedom is the ability to do what you want when you want. You know, I just kind of summed up freedom a couple different ways. You know, freedom is, you know, traveling or being able to spend time with who you want when you want. Or maybe freedom for you is, you know, being able to spend time with your family, spend time with your little girls or your son or whatever. You know, going out during the day. Look, this dad is out during work hours and he's just boating around on the you know, some lake. You know, whatever that is, you know, or maybe freedom for you is like Dan Bilzerian. You know, it's like hanging out with a bunch of hot prostitutes and playing video games and eating tacos, smoking weed. You know, whatever that is, you know, whatever freedom is for you, you know, move towards that, you know, move towards freedom and move away from slavery. Any one of these is a lot better than being this guy, watching things happen to them, or living in a prison, you know, living in an apartment cell, or living in a cubicle prison. You know, move towards your goals. However you do that. Now, I've put together an amazing training program to help people become successful. I like to use this Trump quote, "We will have so much winning if you work with, you know, me and my training program that you may get bored with winning or conversions or whatever." Here's one 18-year-old kid that I've been working with we pay out over $10,000 per month, every month. He's an affiliate right now. And this is him with a bunch of friends in Vegas. They rented out a big mansion in Vegas. I guess it's pretty cheap, just to hang out for the weekend. He's 18 years old. And these are some of his numbers. He's killing it. You know, this is 7 days. He did $2,700. You know, I have a lot of international affiliates. You know, here's a Serbian affiliate who made, you know, over $2,300 in a week with us. You know, this was, you know, this is from January. He made $8,700 in January. We have, you know, Vietnamese affiliates. I have tons of people working with my training program who are making a ton of money. Here's one of my case studies, John Walton. John Walton, I have another webinar with him. If you haven't checked out his webinar, you know, make sure you check it out. I think he put a testimonial on my YouTube page. So check out his testimonial of my training program. Some things he said were, you know, I wanted to say affiliate marketing is a lot more stable for me now than it was in the past. It was really shaky. And what I brought to him was consistency and, you know, helping him make it work consistently. Here's one of my friends, Ronnie. He's kind of crazy. He's doing very well. He's kind of flashy with his wealth, a little different than me. But, you know, I have a lot of people who are having a lot of success on my training program. So if something you're interested in is getting us started with my training program, I implore you, you know, check out the link in the description of this video and to get started. At the very least, subscribe to my email list and my YouTube channel to get consistent videos on affiliate marketing so you can kind of start understanding how to do things. But the fastest route I've designed and I've continually optimized, just like I optimize my ads, is I'm trying to optimize people for success. My ultimate goal is actually creating a virtual reality training program. You know, I want to get as close to possible as, you know, helping people plug into success as humanly possible. And part of that is going to be virtual reality. And I think that, you know, having that full image all around people and creating an environment where people can learn best, that's my ultimate goal. And that's my $1 billion idea, basically creating a massive online open source course in virtual reality for business. So a business MOOC. So I hope that makes sense. If you guys are interested in working with me, make sure to either apply to my affiliate network. I'm putting links in Nutrist.com for offers. Make sure to check out my training course, superaffiliatesystem.com, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to go over questions in a second. Like me on Facebook. And yeah, I hope I can help you guys become successful. And right now I'm going to go over some questions and answers. So let's get started. Questions and answers. So if you guys have any questions about that, make sure to let me know right now, and we're going to start going over some questions. So let me just bring up the questions that people filled out while they were going through things, and let's get started. So let me see, whatever questions. So first of all, thank you guys for sitting through this. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you guys enjoyed this presentation. Let me know if this all makes sense and you guys got a lot of value out of this. Share this. You know, I really invite you to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, because I'm going to be coming out with more content on a consistent basis. I'm going to start packing on a lot of content, because I want to make this the ultimate affiliate marketing channel. This is going to become the ultimate affiliate marketing channel on YouTube. I'm going to be having a lot of live streams and a lot bigger giveaways. We just started this. We just got over, I think, 1,000 subscribers. We're going to the moon. And I want to make this the best thing ever that ever happened to you for learning affiliate marketing. So, because affiliate marketing, the entire industry is actually going to take over marketing. Affiliate marketing is the future of all marketing. Affiliate marketing is the easiest, most least resistant way for people to hire marketing agencies to work for them. So it's always going to go towards affiliate marketing. So the future of this industry is huge. It's growing every single year, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's insane, and I'm super excited to be a part of this industry the time I am in. And we're going to see this. You know, I think the most successful people, you know, 10, 20 years from now are all going to have said they started with affiliate marketing, because ultimately what we're doing is we're doing sales, scientific sales. What we do is the scientific study of getting people to buy, and it's never been like this in history before. So and we're scalable. You know, it doesn't rely on one salesperson. It relies on, you know, you have just web pages. So it's no word of mouth. So cool. Thanks for sharing this video. So Shopzilly, thanks for guys who shared. Shopzilly, let me answer your question. What is a good CTR for landing page to product? So let me actually bring up, let me see if I can get this on the screen here. So I can bring this on the screen, and let me get, because I want everybody to be able to follow along. Questions and answers. What's a good CTR for landing page to product? I would generally say from the landing page to the product, I would about 15%. 15% is solid. Okay. So let's see more questions. Okay, let's see more questions. Do I need to be a part of your training program to be a part of Nutrist? No. So that's a good question. Do I need to be part of your training program to be part of Nutrist? No. They are separate companies. I own them both. So Nutrist is an affiliate network, and what we are looking for is we're looking for motivated affiliates who can drive traffic. Now, some of the people, you know, what I get because I speak about affiliate marketing and I run a network, I am known, you know, there are a lot of people who apply to my network who have zero experience in affiliate marketing. Keep in mind, if you have zero experience in affiliate marketing, you're probably not going to be accepted to my network, because we're only looking for people who can actually, who are not going to waste my employees' time. Does that make sense? If you have zero experience in affiliate marketing, what you're probably going to do if you join my network is you're going to message all of my employees and ask them how to get successful affiliate campaigns, ask them what's working, ask them what's not working. It isn't worth our time. So we're only looking for experienced affiliates to work with. I have, you know, they're separate businesses. I have separate partners on them both. And, you know, our affiliate network, what we look for is affiliates who can drive traffic. If you are an affiliate who can drive traffic, join my affiliate network, and you're, you know, and we're going to work with you to get you set up with products that convert. Now, if you know nothing about, if you can't drive traffic, if you are not a successful affiliate yet, join my training program. That is, you know, they're different companies. They're similar, they're linked, but they're different companies. Okay. If you're a member of my training program, you get accepted to Nutris, no problem. But again, Nutris, we're looking for experienced affiliates, and they're separate companies. Okay, according to my CPA net, Sanjay, so great question. Sanjay asks, according to my CPA network, what are native ads categorized as? Let me copy this. Copy. Let me type this in here. According to my CPA network, what are they categorized as? Banner, contextual, or search? They would be, sorry, they'd be banner or contextual. Both work. Both work. Cool, hope that helps you. Now let's see. The guy on the couch needs Nutris products. Oh yeah, exactly. Fight Club, great movie, agreed. Thanks 7-Day Marketing for tuning in. Thanks for all the great stuff there. Any more questions? I'm looking through for questions. If you asked before, okay, can you repeat the name of the landing optimization program? Let me bring that up here. So the landing page optimization program was Visual Website Optimizer. Visual Website Optimizer. And that is Visual Website Optimizer. Hope that helps you out. So next question is, how can you add how can you add rules in volume for Android and iOS? So I would say check the volume FAQ. And what I would do is I just search volume rules FAQ. And I would just look in here and I'd say, I'd look for rules. So look, knowledge. So you just look in the volume help desk and it shows rules here. Rule paths, general. And I would just read this. So one thing I highly suggest for any program you use is you read through all of the information on the help desk. So that's how you go there. Hope that helps out. So let's see here. I used to underrate affiliate marketing, but after coming into contact with me, it's, you know, it's cool. Thanks, Deji. That makes a lot of sense. Let's see what else. What other questions do you have? What are widgets? That's a great question. So what are widgets? Or what, sorry, bad grammar. I'm just going to correct your grammar. Widgets are what Rev Content calls placements. Placements are just websites. So websites that your ad shows on, websites that your ads show on. So that's what widgets are. I hope that explains things, Tobias. Do you run, okay, here's another question from 7-Day Marketing. Do you run both whitelists and blacklists simultaneously in separate campaigns? You can, or you can run them both in the same campaign. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. Does an increase in CPC play a part in your testing? More traffic, more profits. So my answer to that would be, I always, one thing I suggest is you always start with a higher bid first. Start with a higher bid first, then work down. Bid up to bid down. And, you want to start with more, personally, I prefer more traffic first and then optimize. So the biggest problem with native ad networks is you may not get traffic because lots of people try to bid as low as possible to begin as opposed to keeping their bids higher. So I would start with high bids first and then bid down from there. Hope that makes sense. And start, I would say, start bids 2.5 times higher than you want your bid to be at. So that's what I would say. Start 2.5 times higher and then start bidding down. Bid down, I'll give you more nuggets. Bid down in increments of 10 cents at a time. Hope that helps. Okay, what's the potential ROI of this offer? The potential ROI, so good question, Mohammed. What's the potential ROI of the offer is whatever you make it. So the potential ROI is whatever you make it. If you can spend $1 to make 36, then that's 3,060% ROI. So it's really whatever you can do to make it happen. Okay. Who makes these okay, so in digital, hope that answered your question, Mohammed. So in digital asks, who makes these landing pages? You do. You do. Or if you're a student of mine, you can download them from me, So if you're a student, I give my students a ton of landing pages in every vertical, and we're constantly giving them more landing pages. So if you're a student of mine, we have tons of landing pages to help you out with, to get started and to create more stuff with, because if you're one of my students in my training program, I do everything I can to start you as close to the finish line as humanly possible so that you can be making a lot of money. So again, if you're a student of mine, we give you a lot of landing pages, but if you don't have the landing pages, just make them, and you can use WordPress or, some site scraper tool. Hope that helps. Okay, let's see more questions. Okay, more questions. Do I use Matthias? Thanks for the question. Do I use retargeting in my landing pages? I actually don't use a lot of retargeting right now. It's really smart to use, but I focus so much on the front end conversion. I'm constantly focused so much on the front end conversion. I'm not retargeting as much as I should, because I'm always focused on what's going to double traffic. not as much as I should. Because I'm always because if you always focus on what's going to double traffic, you're not going to get as much. You can only increase traffic 20 to 30%. You can increase your conversions 20 to 30% if you're using retargeting. And that's not doubling traffic. So when I launch campaigns, I'm so focused on just like massive, massive, massive money. I'm not doing retargeting. But if you are, if you're an affiliate and let's say your goal is to make, $500 per day, you should be creating, a good funnel, and you should be retargeting. You should be doing everything to milk every dollar out of that. For me, I'm focused on like massive money. So I'm not retargeting as much as I should. Do I use scripts, Matthias? Do I use scripts in my landing pages to avoid my things getting stolen? Yes, definitely. So, yes, 100%. And here, let me show you a cool tool that I use to keep my pages from being stolen. First of all, if people try to steal my landing pages that are not students of mine, then, they are, it basically is you can't do it because my pages are locked down so much. One tool I use that you can use for free is called JS Locket. So I'm gonna put in this domain right here. Let me get this up here. jslock.it. So if you type in a page here, let's just say google.com. So they give you a code, they give you a JavaScript, and what you do is you just, you take this JavaScript and you add, click add script tags right here, and you click in here and you click control copy, and you want to put this in the header of all of your pages. So make sure to put it before any JavaScript on your page, and just put it right before the closing head tag. And this is one tool to keep your page locked from people copying your page. And people don't understand what this is, so if they try to copy your page, they won't be able to do it. So I would highly recommend you guys use this on your landing pages. This is very helpful. This will lock any pages to only be on the Google domain, for instance. Mohammed, hey, glad to have you here. As a student, which traffic source would I recommend you start with? Facebook native or AdWords? I would actually say I prefer AdWords. I would say native or AdWords. It depends on the vertical though. It depends on the vertical. You have to know the compliance of each ad network. So, look at AdWords ad policies, and if AdWords doesn't, well, okay, sorry, I'm going to revise that. If Facebook, I would recommend you start with Facebook if you're going to be completely compliant and following all of their ad policies. If you are going to follow all of Facebook's ad policies and do everything they want and then some, and really focus on creating a long-term web property that is, useful and that has metadata and everything, then I would say use Facebook. But keep in mind, they prohibit, there's a lot of content they prohibit, and there's a lot of restricted content. Now, if you get kicked off of Facebook, I would try native ads or AdWords. It doesn't really matter. But the answer is, it doesn't matter which ad network you use, just pick one. Pick one and use it. Pick one and go for it. That's it. Really just pick one and go for it. It's not a matter of which ad network to use. They all work. They all work. Every one of these ad networks are multi-billion dollar opportunities. They all work. So just take one and go with it. There is no best one. That being said, if you want to do a particular vertical, some verticals you may not be able to run on certain ad networks. Like let's say you wanted to promote lotteries, or casino or gambling. You aren't going to be able to do that on AdWords or on Facebook. Facebook or AdWords won't let you promote casino offers. Native ad networks will. Let's say you wanted to promote weight loss products. Facebook won't allow you to do that. AdWords will be a little iffy about that. Some native ad network, a number of native ad networks will allow you to do that. So I would say check that out, and check out native ad networks if you want to promote weight loss offers. So you got to know which ad network will take that sort of offer. But if you start with an ad network in mind, if you say I want to launch ads on Facebook, I would look for the most, white hat offers, and I would build your own site around that offer. And I'd make sure you fill in all the metadata. I'd have a good Facebook page. I do a lot of posts. I'd make it very compliant, because Facebook can axe your ads at any particular point. That's why in my training course, I don't focus on one particular ad network. Keep in mind, these are all just strategies. They're all individual strategies to make money. I talk about Facebook, I talk about AdWords, I talk about native ad networks. Now here at my affiliate network, we do a lot of internal media buying for mainly weight loss offers. Now, because we do that, we focus on just native ad networks that accept weight loss offers. We don't do Facebook because Facebook doesn't like weight loss offers. They don't like to help people lose weight. They'd rather people be fat. Facebook would rather have ads for McDonald's for chemical crap rather than ads for, products that help people lose weight. So because of that, it's just a moral difference. We don't work with Facebook. And so that's kind of how my decision was made up there. It's not because Facebook doesn't have a lot of money or a lot of opportunity for affiliates. It's just because as a company, we've decided to mainly run weight loss offers, and we focus on ad networks that support that. I hope that makes sense. So Sanjay, it looks like your question got answered. Web tools, which cloaker would I recommend to restrict traffic from VPSs? So here, let me throw that in. I would recommend no IP fraud. No IP fraud. And let me type that in. No IP fraud. No IP fraud is a really good cloaker. I like to protect myself from spam and bot traffic all the time. As an affiliate, you're going to get a lot of spam traffic from VPSs. You're going to get a lot of spam traffic from, competitors. You're going to get a lot of spam, bot traffic and all that stuff, web scrapers, etc. I highly recommend no IP fraud. They're the most technologically advanced cloaker out there. They work by referral only. So if you're a member of my training program, you're going to get an instant into no IP fraud. You just let them know you're a member of my training program, and you get into my, you can get using no IP fraud. Now, if you want to try out other cloakers, and I think no IP fraud starts at $199 a month. Now, if you want to try out other cloakers, if you don't have a referral into no IP fraud, you can try Just Cloak It or Traffic Armor. And again, one thing I recommend is you don't use these to run uncompliantly. You use these cloakers to simply shield yourself from competitors trying to rip off your ads. That's one thing I recommend. Just kind of legal disclaimer there. I don't recommend using cloakers to run uncompliantly. I recommend using cloakers to keep, competitors from stealing your own intellectual property, which is your landing pages and your ads. Hope that makes sense. Ashhar Rawouf, is what for beginners? That's a weird question. Is this for beginners? This is for people who want to, I don't know, this is affiliate marketing training. Start from the beginning. You have to understand what you're looking at to do stuff. Let me see what other questions I got. Okay, I see a number of other questions. If we are not a student, what is the theme for the landing page? I don't know what that is. Do I use retargeting? when the time of day when you bid will affect your campaign. Great question, Howard. So one of the things is you have to understand about native ad networks is all of these native ad networks are working off what's called ASAP, ASAP ad serving, which means they're serving your ads as soon as possible. ASAP, as soon as possible. Now, the problem with a lot of native ad networks is, so you don't have the option to spread it evenly throughout the day. Now, the good thing about this is since most of the ads are being served ASAP, most of the big companies who set budgets, their ad budgets are burned out midway through the day. They're burned out about 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern. Most, I'm gonna write that in the chat. Most most advertisers on native ad nets, his budgets are burned out by 4 p.m. EST. Now, what that means is that means you'll get a lot cheaper traffic if you set your ad budgets later in the day. Like you know, if you start your ads at like 4 p.m. or if you submit your if you get your campaigns approved at 4 p.m. or if you unpause them after 4 p.m., you're getting cheaper traffic. So that's one thing to note when you start. That's a good way to kind of work the system. It's a little trick to get cheap traffic, you know. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see what else. Hope you guys are enjoying this. By the way, guys, if you haven't already liked this video, make sure you like this video right now. Let me know that you guys are enjoying this. Let me know you guys have subscribed and you guys like this content. Make sure just to like the video right now, and that'll be awesome. So, you know, I love making sure, you know, I love seeing if you guys are enjoying this and stuff. Okay, let me look for more questions. Okay, more questions. You said weight loss products. Which ones? I mean, not going into all this stuff. I don't even know, frankly. So I just have my internal team run traffic now. So I don't even know what products they're promoting. So, but my internal team knows. So that's cool. They're on my network. So you guys, if you guys go to Nutris Network, you can find a lot of weight loss products to promote. And, you know, just make sure to sign up. I'm putting it in the chat, nutris.com, and you guys can promote weight loss offers. Again, we're looking for serious affiliates. If you're not a serious affiliate who can drive traffic, you know, just sign up for my training course or keep subscribing to these, keep watching the YouTube videos and try to launch campaigns on your own. Okay, more questions. Hi, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, cool. I already answered Nutris and okay. So any other questions, guys? So one thing, I think somebody asked about this. My shirt is actually a Envision shirt. Let me get this. What is this? Envisions shirts. So my shirt is actually a print of a, here, let me bring it up here. My shirt is actually a print from, this is actually a river delta here from the, it's like the Taiga River in Russia. And it's a print I got at a recent music festival. It's really cool. It's a custom shirt. And I just had him blow up some image of, you know, this river delta and throw it on a shirt. It's really cool. I'm trying to think what else I can go over. So yeah, basically guys, if you're still watching, make sure to subscribe to my page, like this. Do I have an affiliate URL for that shirt? No, let me, give me a second. Let me see if I have an actual link for it. I think these guys' shirts are super cool. I actually ordered more shirts from these guys. Envision, let me see if it's here. You know what? I don't have it. Sorry, guys. But other than that, you know, let me know. Is there any more content you guys would like to see on my next webinars? Any other stuff you guys would like to hear about? Anything any specific topics you guys would like me to address for my next webinars? Because I'm looking for I want to know what you guys want. I want to get your feedback. Just like I optimize affiliate campaigns, I want to make sure I'm giving you guys. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys content that you really truly enjoy. So envisionshop.com. Okay, I got the shirt's title. Envisionshop.com. Check out this guy's t-shirts. Any content that you guys would like to see or whatnot, let me know and I will make sure. Oh, sorry, never mind. I'm going to remove that comment. That's the wrong one. Let me know what you guys would like in the future. Make sure you subscribe to my page, like my Facebook page, and I'll see you guys in the future. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good day and take her easy. Bye, guys.